Pirate Nation, purple and gold family, stand to your feet, put your crossbones up, and lean side to side, yeah, and lean side to side, yeah, and lean side to side, come on, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, welcome to the island, man, it's crazy in here. A whole sea of purple and gold waving in here. Keep a plank on the shark tank, traders beware, because we got a whole bunch of rowdy sailors in here.
All right, welcome to the halftime report presented by L&K Custom Homes. Pirate football playback, of course, on Sunday night, but it's our little hit, if you will, for about 10 minutes or so. With us right now, Kyle Barber. Mr. Barber, how you doing?
Aggravated. Special teams and big plays cost us a lot so far.
Yeah, well, it's 24-12, but that's the good news. It's only 3 plays outside of that. I know they were big plays, but at the same time, we can come back. Matt Simmons, I feel confidence still in this team.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys, I mean, just too many big plays we gave up there in the first half. The penalty right at the end really aggravated me because we have a situation there where we have timeouts and a chance to score. You know, you don't see flags get picked up like that. You just don't see it.
Well,
so that's inexplicable.
It was horrible. He pushed him down clearly. Total call or non-call. I don't understand why they picked it up.
Because
they're
going to the playoffs.
If you take the punt return off the board, it's 17-12, and you're in this thing. That punt, and I said, or the kickoff return, whatever the hell it was. And I said all week that a special teams play would be big in this game. And I was hopefully referring to us, but unfortunately they got it, the kickoff return for the touchdown. We desperately need to come out and score in the second half when we get the ball. Guys, Matt in particular, do we look a step slow tonight, or is Cincinnati just that damn fast?
They are that damn fast at wide receiver, guys. Right now we have a big problem in that I think Blake Harrell is calling this game because he knows we're having a hard time matching up on the outside. Cincinnati has extreme speed on the outside, and so what he's trying to do now is play a little more zone and drop 7, drop 8. But when we rush 3, we have zero chance to get pressure. So he's got a little bit of a problem right now, and you know we're going to probably have to take some chances and blitz quite a bit because we don't seem to be able to match up.
Yeah, I'd rather have a chance of making a play and giving up a big play rather than taking a slow, methodical death. And unless we start scoring, if we can start scoring, then maybe you hold them to field goals, and if you can trade touchdowns for field goals because we do play good in the red zone, then that would work. To me, you change the approach on defense. If we come out and score immediately, I might stick with what we're doing. But if we don't, we're going to have to take some chances because we're going to need to create something.
Yeah, I just this is very frustrating, and you guys know how you think I'll pick on the officials too much, but I'm telling you guys, they didn't get their first penalty until middle of the second quarter. You cannot be against me on this. And then you saw that last play, guys.
Well, they're the most penalized team in the America coming into this game, so it doesn't make any sense. And the American officials seem to realize Cincinnati's headed to the Big 12. So I don't know why they're doing this crap. Picking up that flag was criminal. I didn't see Mike Houston's reaction on the sideline.
Bubba said he was irate if you saw the private chat.
Yeah, I'm here now. Mike Houston was irate, and they said it was uncatchable. I wanted to see the replay. They didn't show it. And
how the hell did they know it was uncatchable? He pushed him down.
And of course, it's going to seem uncatchable when C.J. Johnson's on the ground. But
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you guys, there's a bias against East Carolina. I know I feel like an NC State fan with the ACC, but I'm telling you, you saw anytime that we have a chance in this game, they're going to call hold. They're going to do anything they can. I'm sorry, but the officials should not dictate the outcome of this game, and they're doing it. They're absolutely doing it. I'm sorry, but they want to make sure Luke Fickell has 32 in a row. They're going to do everything we can. We have to beat Cincinnati, Luke Fickell, and the officials tonight, and if we don't, I mean, Luke Fickell's over there crying over a penalty. I'm like, are you really kidding me?
You've got to get over this personal vendetta with Luke Fickell. We're playing Cincinnati. We're not playing Luke Fickell.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not.
Well, go kick his ass. Go fight him.
I'll tell you guys one adjustment that I really would like to see here in the second half when we're on offense. When we played BYU, Keaton Mitchell could kind of get away with dancing and the jump step. And tonight in this type of game against this type of defense that is extremely athletic and fast, you can't do that. We got to hit the hole, hit it hard, and try to make a play, try to crease them, because it's just not going to work tonight.
Yeah, and then the one time he did hit, he stepped out, and I'm not blaming him for that, but it just shows how had he not stepped out there, we would have jumped up 9-0 and had all the momentum. And I'm not blaming Keaton for tiptoeing down the sideline, but it's just every little thing is going against us tonight. I got a feeling if we don't come out and put 7 on the board on this first possession, it's ball game. This first drive to me is key. If you got a gadget play you've been hiding or holding on to something, we got to hit something here. And and Holton's hurting also. You can tell Holton, to me, doesn't look like he's playing very comfortable after he went out with that injury. Bubba, what's he look like on the sideline now in between series?
And guys, Richard makes a great point. Once again, I'm sorry, you guys love Luke Larson. He's got to stop being the holder. He's got
who loves Luke Larson?
Y'all do. Nobody ever calls him out.
We love Luke Larson.
Yeah, because he needs to be gone. He doesn't need to be the holder ever again. I mean, that cost us 3 points right there. And every single
Bubba, Dave, I don't recall anybody ever saying we love Luke Larson. I don't know. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But
we pointed it out when he had the issues, but we're not going to continue to harp on it. And
he did. Dave, Bubba, you probably maybe didn't see it good in person on TV. He literally spun the ball. The ball was placed correctly, and he spun it in reverse and had the laces facing the kicker. When
I had 3 or 4 people telling me immediately, but I was just talking about the big picture with Luke.
Correct. There's bound to be somebody else that can hold. Again, Bubba, what's Holton looking like on the sidelines in between series?
Sorry, it's hard to hear you on the concourse here in the arena, Kyle. But as far as Holton, when he immediately came off, he was in so much pain. It looked like I thought he was going to throw up, and they literally about threw him or threw the tent over him, rushing him into the medical tent so quickly. And then I thought it was probably that right shoulder. He was just a grimace on his face, him being in so much pain. But yeah, I was surprised that he was back on the sideline and throwing as quickly as he was. And to answer your question specifically, I really haven't seen him showing much pain since.
Yeah, it was definitely the right shoulder. He was moving it on the sideline after he first came back out the tent. I don't know what you do if they popped it back in place. I'm sure maybe there's some pain blockers they can give him. Matt, what do you think, man? Do we have a chance in the second half, or do you think this first drive is as key as I do?
No, I agree with you. I mean, we need to score here, and we need to take momentum back. We need to make a play and get back in this thing. And I think Donnie's going to have to adjust his play calling a little bit. I think we're going to need to move the pocket a little bit more. I'd like to see more wide receiver screens against the way they're playing us. They're doing a really good job taking away the middle. So I think he's going to have to adjust here and find a way.
Tell by the fact that Keaton is being hesitating. The reason he's hesitating, I just realized here in the second quarter, is that there's no lane there apparently, so he has nowhere to go. So he's hesitating because he's looking for something else. So we got to do a better job. And another thing, Kyle, is I know you're a big fan of passing to the running back. There's been a lot of, Keaton dropped a couple.
He's not good at that. And this may be a game where you need to play gun more. Gun protects better, and gun's better straight ahead runner. What you're hoping is Keaton hits a big one like he did earlier and almost took his out. But I think this may be a game where Gunn needs to see the ball more in the second half, just to get positive yards, because Gunn can create 1 or 2 yards a carry. Keaton, if you can get him in space, he can create, and that's what they're trying to do with the passing game. But that's why, a lot of people, just talking big picture, a lot of people think Keaton may go pro after this year. If I'm Keaton, I don't go pro yet. I think if he, in the offseason, could work on his pass-catching ability, that would help his draft stock tremendously.
Absolutely, 100% agree with that, especially since he has the opportunity to come back. It's not like he's officially graduating.
Yeah.
Like he's always.
Guys, I want to ask Bubba. Bubba, as a former quarterback, I mean, did you see anything offensively here that we could try to do to get on pace?
I think on the whole, that we have about 230 yards of offense, and we shot ourselves in the foot a couple times with those holding calls at least, and then Holton's really spread the ball around well. There were a couple times that he made throws early on. I think it was in the first quarter where his feet weren't set and he nearly threw a pick. But you look at it, Ryan Jones has had a solid game. Josiah Hatfield's had he's had at least a couple catches. I think one got canceled out by that holding call on our left tackle, Justin Redd. But on the whole, I think we've done pretty well offensively. We just have to finish drives and not shoot ourselves in the foot with penalties. And then defensively, just obviously they have, I think, 215 yards and 125 on 2 plays.
The kickoff return was a killer. I mean, that to me, you take that off the board, and it feels like a completely different ball game. Just huge killer.
Yeah,
yeah.
This is the 5th consecutive game that Cincinnati's had a defensive or special teams touchdown against us.
Wow, that's
we talked about this week during our preview. Sorry, Kyle. That was something we talked about during our preview. That something we're going to have to obviously limit if we're going to pull them upset.
And we missed the field goal. That's 3 points. I mean, there's a lot of things that you could point to, but we're going to have to come out. And another thing, guys, we can't play conservative here. We got to come out swinging. We're talking about play calling, but definitely get Holton in a rhythm. Keep him in where he doesn't try to make things happen. When he tries to make things happen, that's when you see interceptions and a turnover. So that's for me, is to get him comfortable here with some short passes, like you're talking about those screens, the bubble screens, whatever we have to do to.
When they man us up, we just need to take shots downfield. We need to trust Winstead and we need to trust Johnson. Well, I mean, I know their secondary is good, but they're manning us up some. And, I think we got to do what we did at times against UCF and just go get the ball.
Yeah, we got to do it. This is we have to go for broke. This is if we want to play the championship, championship game, play for the championship, then we got to win tonight. So it's all or nothing. You got to go for broke. Like you said, Kyle, I love trick plays. We got to have something. I know we had it last year, the first play of the game against South Carolina. Or the first home game, I guess, against South Carolina. But we need to find some way to get back in this game. One is just to quickly score. I know that. But would you guys do, if we score, do an onside kick, catch them off guard?
No, our defense. No. See if the defense plays better in the second half. Matt, you've been in plenty of locker rooms at halftime, obviously, under Logan. What's the locker room like right now, in your opinion? I mean, obviously, every coach is different. Every team is different. But what do you think the locker room's like right now? What do you think Mike Houston's telling the team?
He's telling them right now, hey, we need to stop beating ourselves, guys. I mean, that's the big thing. We need to clean up the special teams. But more importantly, you're right in the game. We receive the ball. If we can score here, we're right in the game. So what you have to do is you have to really focus in on the adjustments. You have to be laser focused in the locker room because the adjustments come fast at halftime. You have to be able to absorb it and then go execute quick. So that's really the big thing, Kyle. I think you just have to adjust.
And what did you see? You Bubba both. What did y'all see? We were getting pressure on Cincinnati's quarterback early, and then here late in the first half, we couldn't get any pressure at all. What has Cincinnati done to adjust to the pressure?
Go ahead, man.
I think the big thing was when they started hurting us with that RPO. I think it really changed the way we started calling the game a little bit.
Okay.
So I think we were bringing a little more pressure early. It looks like to me, and then towards the end of that, when they started beating us with that RPO and the long pass play, it looked like we started dropping 7, dropping 8 a little more, and only rushing 3. So I just think we're going to have to start bringing pressure and taking some chances.
I agree with you.
100%. Bubba, before we get back here, let's see. We got
it is suddenly falling a monsoon in LaGrange, North Carolina.
Wow, that storm here is I get it. Is it Nicole is coming our way, I guess, from Florida. So obviously a lot of football to be had and watched this weekend as the Pirates playing tonight. And we're about to go back, it looks like, back to the game, fellas. So it looks like we have about a couple more minutes. Do you guys have anything before we go?
No, I just need to score first coming out of the locker room. Need to get pressure on the quarterback on defense. I'm with Matt. Need to bring pressure.
What about you, Matt?
Hey, we're in the game, guys. I mean, I know it doesn't feel like it right now, but yeah, we're right in this game. You know, if we can handle our business, get some points here, get a stop, just settle down a little bit. You know, this is a winnable game. We saw SMU come back on this team a few weeks ago. So, we just need to take care of business.
Bubba, do you have anything? I know it's hard to hear there, Bubba. But
Bubba's probably heading back to his seat at this point.
Yeah, no doubt about it, guys. We're going to see what we have going on here, but hopefully we can get it going. And we'll, by the way, Sunday night for the Pirate football playback, join us there, brought to you by L&K Custom Homes. We're going to get out of here and get back to the second half, but join us on Sunday night as we'll recap this and get ready and talk about the Houston game coming up next Saturday. But in the meantime, we'll watch the rest of this game and go Pirates.
You've been watching the Pirate Football Playback on the Sports Objective. Join us next Sunday night on our YouTube channel and Facebook Live as we talk East Carolina football. Follow us on social media at The Sports OBJ on Twitter and TikTok, at The Sports Objective on Instagram. Please like and follow our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. As always, we appreciate you listening to the show. Go Pirates!